So hello and welcome everyone to our A block series, and today we are going to learn about the rainbow using RGB LED strip. So it's nothing new, it's already some things that you have learned before, like using an LED with Arduino and using resistors and basic electronic components. Okay, so let's begin. So what is this about? So basically this is that we have learned about 8x8 LED matrix, and today we are going to learn about this LED strip. So basically LED strip is basically an extended version of RGB LEDs. So firstly we have one LED which has two terminals, then we have an RGB LED which has four terminals and which consists of three colors: red, green and blue. And if you combine multiple RGBs into a single line, then it becomes an RGB strip. So an RGB strip can also be used to decorate your homes, or you can use it on a wall, or you can play sounds and make music reactive lights as well. So it totally depends upon you, and it is a very playful and colorful way to decorate or even experiment with it. And believe me, it is very fun to experiment with RGB LEDs. Okay, so let's move forward, and as similar we will be requiring three software components we will be requiring three steps, that is software components, hardware components and the conclusion. So software components required, as you all know that we would be requiring an RGB LED strip, Arduino Uno, jumper wires, okay, and we are going to use the A blocks website as well, because you just have to place the codes and blocks of code and it will automatically generate the circuit for you. Okay, so now we are moving on to the hardware and connections. So basically an RGB LED strip has three pins. The first one is the VCC. VCC is also known as a 5V pin, or you can say it the 5V pin. If it's a small RGB LED strip, 5V are sufficient, but in some cases if there are bigger strips, they might require 12V as well. So here we are using the one which requires 5V, so you just have to connect it to the 5V pin of Arduino Uno. And the next is the data pin, which actually controls the data that is being sent to the RGB strip, and thus the RGB strip knows what color to show at what time. So this is the analog pin, because analog can vary from 0 to 255. That is the intensity of the color. 0 is minimum and 255 is maximum. And similarly we have a negative terminal, the cathode, which is obviously connected to the ground. Now this is the RGB LED strip, and this is something what it looks like, and we are using the NeoPixels RGB LED strip. So data pin that we are using is A0. You can use anyone from A0 to A5, and this has 30 LEDs, and it is totally up to you how many LEDs you want to glow, which color you want to glow individually, which color each LED should be glowing with. So you can all program it in the way you like. So as I've already told you, negative pin, data pin and the VCC pin, 5V, ground and A0 or A1, like whichever analog pin you want. Now this is the basic circuit diagram that we are going to use, and I've already explained you the circuit diagram. Okay, and now we have programming. So in programming you just have to set up LED color strip. Now you are going into the components, use the select the RGB strip and then set up LED color strip. So just select the basic types, the type of RGB LED strip you are going to use, the analog data pin that you are going to use, the order red, green, blue, blue, green, red, green, blue, red. Okay, so you just have to select that, the number of LEDs that are going to glow, 30 or whatever, and brightness 1 to 255. As I told you, 1 is least and 255 is maximum, so I have selected 50. That is about almost 25% brightness. Okay, so moving forward, this is the final view. This is the analog data pin, this is the LED setup, and this is the loop inside which the LED is going to glow, and this is the circuit diagram, and this is the preview what it looks like in the display section. In conclusion, we can say that we learned about the color intensity, the data pins, the type of RGB LEDs, how they are made, how they are used, and everything else about RGB LEDs, and how we can create a rainbow using RGB LED strip. So this is what we learned today. And finally I have a question for you. What is the use of the middle pin in the RGB LED strip? Let us know in the comment section. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Keep watching us to know more. Thank you so much.